With over 35 years' experience as a licensed physical therapist, Kim Jones served as director for 3 facilities before founding her own rehab staffing company, with her serving as both president and the only employee at the time. Today, we'll hear from her about the benefits of working as a W-2 employee and the hidden costs of 1099 independent contractor work.
Let's say you've been offered a job with a potential employer who's offered you a fantastic rate of pay, but there's only one caveat. He wants you to be a 1099 or also known as an independent contractor. Before you agree to this, there are some important things that you need to consider. Before we go any further, I want you to know that this is just a general overview and you really should contact a tax attorney or legal consultant before making this decision. But here are some things you should consider. Let's break them into 3 categories. First, the government's legal definition of an independent contractor. Second, liabilities that you will incur. And third, we'll consider that all-important sum of money. Both the IRS and the California Employment Development Department have definitions of independent contractors and employees. And surprise, they are not the same. The definitions differ, and actually California has secondary factors that can get really specific. But let's keep to the general information and go with the IRS definition. There are 3 areas of control: behavioral, financial, and relationship. Behavioral looks at who has the right or control of over what work will be done and how it will be done. So in a clinical situation, this can mean, does the business tell you what time to come in? Do they tell you what patients you're going to see? If so, that's an employer-employee relationship, not an independent contractor. Financial control. Who directs the business aspects of work? Who owns the equipment that you're going to be using? The IRS views an independent contractor as someone who is in business for himself or herself. They offer the services on their own to the public and can realize a profit or a loss. Ideally, you should have a business license and work for more than one business to be safely considered as an independent contractor. And finally, what is the relationship between you and the business? A permanent relationship, or if you get benefits through this business, that indicates an employer-employee relationship as well. If you are working as an independent contractor and the IRS or EDD decide to audit you and find that an employer-employee relationship actually existed, not only are you liable for back taxes, there are also penalties. And if one government entity audits you, chances are very high that the second entity is going to audit you because both agencies do share information. So if that hasn't been enough to scare you, let's consider liabilities. First, as an independent contractor, you cannot purchase workers' compensation insurance. So if you are injured while working, you, not the business you are working for, will be liable for all of your medical expenses. Workers' comp insurance also provides income assistance while you're injured and can't work, but as an independent contractor, you miss out on this important protection. And that might be okay with you. You're happy to gamble that you won't hurt yourself while working. That's a reasonable guess. But how about malpractice insurance? You have to buy that yourself. A reasonable policy provides $1 million for each claim. And by the way, don't be lured into the cheap policy of claims-made insurance. Patients have 7 years in which to file a claim against you, and the policy has to be in effect in order to have coverage. So the coverage that's promoted by the American Physical Therapy Association costs currently $347 per year. So you need to figure in this cost when you're going to be looking at the hourly rate that you're offered. Now, let's get to that all-important part of the offer, the part that had your eyes gleaming, your mouth salivating, that hourly rate of pay. Actually, pay isn't the correct term, but since that's really used in an employer-employee relationship, but you know what I mean. Suppose you've been offered a rate of $60 an hour. Now, home health could be a little bit more than this, but remember that rate is typically per visit and may include just a nominal amount of charting time. Quite often, you're actually going to spend more than an hour between treating a patient, doing the appropriate charting, billing, and the personal record keeping that's required for this business relationship. So your effective rate of pay is going to be a little bit different than that. But let's assume that an outpatient clinic has offered to pay you $60 per hour as an independent contractor. And suppose a registry has offered you to work in the same clinic, but as their employee for $44 an hour. The difference of $16 per hour sounds like a no-brainer. I mean, you have just got to take the $60 offer. But remember, if they tell you what time to show up, if they tell you what patients you're going to see, provide the equipment for you, this is not a legal independent contractor relationship. And there are hidden costs associated with both positions. So let's break those down. First, the malpractice insurance. We said before it'll cost you $347 per year to have your own malpractice insurance policy. That breaks down to 17 cents per hour. Workers' comp insurance. Oh, that's right. As an independent contractor, you can't buy it. So you don't have any out-of-pocket expense, that's fine, but there's also no coverage and no income for you if you get hurt. On the other hand, as an employee of the registry, you don't have to worry about it. You are covered. Next, Uncle Sam will want his share of your money. As an employee, 7.65% of your gross pay is sent to Social Security. The employer pays another 7.65% on your behalf. This goes to fund Social Security and Medicare. As an independent contractor, you are responsible for paying both the employer and employee share, or 15.3%. Now, as an independent contractor at $60 per hour, that equates out to $9.18 deducted straight out going to Uncle Sam. That actually drops your rate of pay to $50.82. Now we have to subtract malpractice insurance of 17 cents an hour, and that drops it to $50.65. If we look at you as an employee at $44 an hour, the employer is paying an additional 7.65% on your behalf, and also paying that 17 cents for malpractice insurance. Adding those two together, what's being paid out either to you or on your behalf is $47.54. Now, the employer is also going to provide you with workers' comp insurance. The way to figure workers' comp insurance is quite variable. It's based upon the setting that you work in, and it's a dollar amount per $100 of payroll generated. So, and that runs anywhere from about $2.70 some odd cents per 100 to over $8 actually working in the SNF setting. So let's just be very conservative and say at $44 an hour, it runs about $2.25. So adding that up, it comes out to $49.79 an hour. The difference between $50.65 and $49.79 an hour, about 86 cents an hour difference. And you are covered by workers' comp insurance. And consider this, as an independent contractor, you have to pay your withholding taxes every quarter. So most people don't really want to be doing this math or be responsible for it, so they hire an accountant to do it for them. Let's say the cheap rate for an accountant is $100 an hour, and this happens on a quarterly basis, and let's say he charges you 15 minutes per quarter to file taxes. Again, that's $100 a year, and let's say that's about 5 cents an hour as you work as an independent contractor. So that's another expense. You're going to subtract that, and the difference now becomes 81 cents an hour. There are also additional factors to consider. For example, the impact of the Affordable Care Act, because as a tax-paying citizen, you're expected to kick in your fair share. Between weighing the insurance liability, the gamble of an IRS or EDD audit, and the hassle of paying your taxes instead of the employer doing it on your behalf, does it really make all that much sense to work as an independent contractor? These are just some things for you to think about. It's your responsibility to do your due diligence before entering into any work situation. So be sure to refer to an accountant, an attorney, whomever you need to make the most proper and informed decision for you. Thank you very much for watching.
We hope you found this video helpful and informative. Check back frequently as we produce similar videos that keep you informed on the world of healthcare staffing. If there's a particular question RehabAbilities can help you answer, please feel free to ask us in the comments below. We'll see you next time.